Avengers! Assemble.
A bunch of big movies are dropping in 2026, from sequels to brand new franchises. So, without wasting any time, here's a look at the best upcoming movies of 2026. Mutiny, January 9th, 2026. Lionsgate just dropped the news about Mutiny, an action-packed thriller starring and produced by Jason Statham. It's hitting theaters with no big competition that weekend, landing just a week after Universal's Megan spin-off Soulmate. The movie's directed by Jean-François Richet, the same guy behind Plane. Statham plays Cole Reed, a guy who sees his billionaire boss get murdered and then somehow ends up being framed for it. Now he's on the run, trying to clear his name while untangling a major international conspiracy. Annabelle Wallis and Roland Muller are also part of the cast. The script comes from Lindsay Michelle and J.P. Davis, and Statham produced the movie with Mark Butan. 28 years later, The Bone Temple, January 16th. 28 years later, The Bone Temple is the next chapter in the 28 Days Later series, directed by Nia DaCosta and written by Alex Garland. It's a direct sequel to 28 Years Later and marks the fourth film in the franchise. Aaron Taylor Johnson and Cillian Murphy are back in action, with filming kicking off in August 2024. By December 2024, Taylor Johnson confirmed that the movies were filmed back-to-back. The project is a team-up between Columbia Pictures, the British Film Institute, Decibel Films, and DNA Films, and Sony Pictures Releasing is handling the release. Mercy, January 23, 2026. Chris Pratt brought some laughs and futuristic energy to CinemaCon while hyping up his next movie, Mercy. Fresh off the Electric State, he hit the stage at Caesars Palace in Vegas to promote the Amazon MGM sci-fi thriller, directed by Timur Bekmambetov. Set in a near-future world, the story centers around an AI-run court system called Mercy that handles capital crimes. Pratt plays a detective accused of murdering his wife. He actually helped create the system, and now he's got to outsmart it to prove he's innocent. The footage shown teased high-stakes action and sleek, high-tech visuals, with Pratt racing against time in a system he once believed in. He made his entrance in the actual Mercy chair from the film, joking about how stiff it was and keeping the crowd entertained with his usual mix of wit and charm. At one point, a deep voice told him he wasn't showing enough emotion, prompting him to call Rebecca Ferguson, his co-star, for tips, which got some good laughs. Along with Pratt and Ferguson, the cast features Annabelle Wallis, Callie Reese, Chris Sullivan, Kylie Rogers, Jeff Pierre, Rafi Gavron, Jamie McBride, and Kenneth Choi. With a unique spin on justice and AI and a stacked cast, Mercy is shaping up to be a gripping ride. I Can Only Imagine 2, February 20th, 2026. Ariel Kebbel, Joshua Bassett, Sophie Skelton, and Sammy Dell have joined the cast of I Can Only Imagine 2, the sequel to the 2018 hit about Mercy Me frontman Bart Millard. Produced by Lionsgate and Kingdom Story Company, filming starts in April in Nashville. They'll star alongside Milo Ventimiglia and returning cast members like John Finley, Trace Atkins, and Dennis Quaid. Kebbel plays Ventimiglia's wife, Hillary. Bassett is Bart's brother-in-law. Skelton takes over as Bart's wife, Shannon, and Dell makes his film debut as Bart's son. Directed by Andrew Irwin and Brent McCorkle, the sequel dives deeper into Bart's faith, family, and music career, aiming to wrap up his story with heart. The original film was a big hit, raking over $83 million, focusing on Bart's troubled past and the song that changed his life. The new cast brings fresh energy, with Kebbel, Bassett, Skelton, and Dell all having notable credits in TV and film. The Bride, March 6, 2026. Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride, her Frankenstein-inspired film with Christian Bale and Jessie Buckley, is getting a new release date. Originally set for September 26, 2025, the film's now being moved. While some say it's due to post-production delays, others suggest it's more of a strategic move to land a prime spring break slot without messing up its award season potential. Super Mario Bros. 2, April 3, 2026. The Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 is officially happening, picking up steam after the massive success of the first film. It's scheduled to drop 3 years after the original, and fans have a lot to be excited about. Keegan-Michael Key recently teased that the sequel will be a little broader in scope, featuring new characters, including some deep-cut fan favorites from Mario lore and even more Easter eggs as the world expands. The core cast is expected to return: Chris Pratt as Mario, Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach, Charlie Day as Luigi, Jack Black as Bowser, and of course, Key as Toad. Rumor has it that Wario, Waluigi, Daisy, and Rosalina from Super Mario Galaxy could be joining the lineup too, and there's buzz about new baddies like Bowser Jr. and the Koopalings showing up. The first movie's post-credit scenes already set the stage. Bowser's locked up, and a Yoshi egg is spotted in Brooklyn. Pretty clear signs that the beloved Dino is on the way, and that we might see more of the real world in the sequel. Masters of the Universe, June 5th, 2026. HeMan returns to the big screen in this live-action adaptation from Amazon MGM, marking the first film entry in the franchise since 1987. Rising star Nicholas Galitzine has been cast as Prince Adam/He-Man, with Riverdale alum Camila Mendez playing Teela, the captain of the Royal Guard. The movie is expected to be an origin story retelling the classic narrative of Prince Adam's transformation into He-Man and his battle against Skeletor. Fans are eager to see Eternia brought to life with modern filmmaking technology, and the nostalgia is strong for this beloved 80s franchise. Toy Story 5, June 19th, 2026. While fans thought they bid farewell to Woody and Buzz in 2019's Toy Story 4, excitement is brewing for Toy Story 5. The original Toy Story, released in 1995, was Pixar's first feature-length film and set a new standard for animation, captivating both children and adults with its emotional storytelling. The series has maintained high quality throughout, consistently introducing new beloved characters. In Toy Story 4, Woody and Buzz parted ways, with Woody starting a new life with Bo Peep and Buzz staying with Bonnie and her toys. Despite the seemingly perfect ending, the gang is gearing up for more adventures in the upcoming sequel. Pixar's chief creative officer, Pete Docter, announced that veteran director Andrew Stanton, who co-wrote the first Toy Story, will helm the project. This suggests that Toy Story 5 aims for that classic Pixar magic. While details on the cast remain sparse, Docter confirmed that Buzz and Woody will return, suggesting Tim Allen and Tom Hanks will reprise their iconic roles. Each Toy Story film has introduced new characters, so fans can expect more exciting additions this time around. One intriguing possibility for the storyline is to revisit Sid, the antagonist from the first film, as a potential villain in Toy Story 5. Having discovered that toys are alive, Sid's past trauma could lead to a compelling narrative exploring his character. Although some might see this sequel as a financial move, Pixar is known for crafting heartfelt stories. This film could follow Buzz and Bonnie's toys on a new adventure, with Woody making a brief cameo for advice. Alternatively, it might feature two parallel stories, one focusing on Woody and his lost toys, and the other on Bonnie's crew, intersecting in the end. Shiver, July 3rd, 2026. Sony's shark thriller with Bridgerton star Phoebe Dynevor is making waves again, this time with a brand new title and a summer 2026 release date. It was originally called Beneath the Storm, but now it's going by Shiver and is set to hit theaters just in time to join the Independence Day movie rush, kind of channeling that old-school Jaws energy. The movie's directed by Tommy Wirkola. You might know him from Violent Night or Dead Snow, and also stars Whitney Peak and Jimon Hunzu. While the plot's still being kept hush-hush, word is it's a tense survival thriller set at sea, and with Dynevor leading, it sounds like it could go head-to-head with other big summer flicks, like the next Minions movie dropping 2 days before. Shiver is being produced by Adam McKay and Kevin Messick under their Hyper Object Industries label, along with Wirkola. D. Scott Lumpkin is also on board as an executive producer. On the flip side, Sony's live-action Street Fighter movie just got pulled from the release calendar. It was supposed to come out March 20th, 2026, with Kitao Sakurai directing. But now it's being shelved, likely due to Sony's global distribution deal with Legendary ending late last year. The movie was meant to reboot the classic Capcom game series, following past attempts like the 1994 Jean-Claude Van Damme version. Thread, an Insidious tale, August 21st, 2026. The Insidious franchise is officially getting its first spin-off, and it's shaping up to be a wild ride. Thread stars Mandy Moore and Kumail Nanjiani as a married couple who use a spell to go back in time to stop their daughter from dying. Of course, in true Insidious fashion, things take a dark and supernatural turn when they cross paths with the mysterious realm known as the Further. James Wan, the guy behind both Insidious and The Conjuring, hinted that Thread is like a spiritual cousin to those haunted tales. He said it's similar to how the Warrens' haunted museum could spark multiple stories. Thread taps into that same vibe, but with its own twist. The film is being directed and written by Jeremy Slater, with horror pros Jason Blum and James Wan producing. Even though not much is confirmed about where Thread fits in the larger Insidious timeline, we do know it'll have strong ties to The Further, and possibly feature franchise staple Lin Shaye as Elise Rayner again. Resident Evil, September 18, 2026. The Resident Evil reboot is officially on its way. This new film aims to restart the franchise with a fresh vision that leans heavily into the horror elements fans have long waited to see. It's being handled by Sony, which previously released all the earlier Resident Evil movies and will exist in a completely new continuity. Zach Cregger, best known for the 2022 horror hit Barbarian, is both directing and co-writing the reboot along Shay Hatton. Cregger's involvement marks a major shift in tone compared to the action-driven Paul W.S. Anderson series. He promises a more grounded, terrifying approach, saying the movie will follow one central protagonist from point A to point B as they descend deeper into hell. This indicates a film focused on suspense, isolation, and survival horror, hallmarks of the original games. Casting news is still developing, but Austin Abrams, known for his role in The Walking Dead, is reportedly being considered for a role. While nothing is confirmed yet, his potential casting shows the production is drawing from actors with horror experience. Story details remain tightly guarded. However, with nearly 30 years of game lore to draw from, the reboot could adapt a classic like the original Resident Evil or possibly even Resident Evil 4, which shifted the series into a more supernatural direction. Cregger has teased that the film will stay true to the spirit of the games, focusing on atmosphere and fear over spectacle. Greta Gerwig's The Chronicles of Narnia, November 26, 2026. Netflix is officially rebooting The Chronicles of Narnia, and it's shaping up to be one of the platform's biggest projects yet. Acclaimed director Greta Gerwig, known for Barbie and Little Women, is taking the helm. The reboot marks a fresh attempt to bring C.S. Lewis's beloved fantasy novels to life, following earlier adaptations, including the 2005 to 2010 Disney Walden Media film trilogy. Netflix acquired the rights to all 7 books and plans to create multiple films, aiming to avoid the missteps of previous versions. The first film will hit theaters. Yes, this will be Netflix's first ever wide theatrical release with around 1,000 IMAX screens. A month later, it will stream on Netflix starting Christmas Day. This dual release strategy indicates Netflix's confidence in the franchise's cinematic scale and commercial potential. Casting is still unfolding, but 2 actors are confirmed. Louis Partridge, known from Enola Holmes, has joined the project in an undisclosed role, though he's speculated to play Peter Pevensie. Emma Mackey, who starred in Barbie, has reportedly been cast as the White Witch, one of the series' most iconic villains. While not officially confirmed by Netflix, her casting seems to be locked in. Big names like Daniel Craig and Meryl Streep are rumored for other roles. Streep is even said to be the frontrunner to voice Aslan. As for the story, there's still some mystery. Initially, it was expected that the series would start with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but actor Jason Isaacs hinted that The Magician's Nephew, a prequel exploring Narnia's creation, might be the starting point. This could be a bold narrative move that builds deeper context before introducing the Pevensie children. Jumanji III, December 11, 2026. Jumanji 3 will be released in IMAX and other premium large formats, with Dwayne Johnson, Karen Gillan, Kevin Hart, and Jack Black all returning, along with director Jake Kasdan, who led the previous 2 films. Jeff Pinkner and Scott Rosenberg are writing the script, continuing their work from the earlier movies, and producers Matt Tolmach, Johnson, Kasdan, Danny Garcia, and Hiram Garcia are also back. Producer Hiram Garcia hinted in 2021 that production would start after Johnson's film Red 1, set for November 2024, and Kevin Hart confirmed this will be the final Jumanji installment, wrapping up his character's story with Johnson's. The first two films were huge hits, with the original earning nearly $1 billion worldwide and the sequel bringing in over $800 million. Avengers Doomsday, December 18, 2026. Marvel's Avengers Doomsday is shaping up to be a total game-changer for the MCU. Revealed at San Diego Comic-Con 2024, the film was originally called Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, but with all the changes surrounding Jonathan Majors, Marvel took the story in a bold new direction. The big shock? Robert Downey Jr. is back, but this time, he's not suiting up as Iron Man. He's playing Dr. Doom. It's a wild twist that leans fully into the multiverse storyline Marvel's been building through projects like Loki. Downey made a surprise Comic-Con appearance in Doom's mask, clearly having fun with this darker, more complex role. The cast is stacked. From the Fantastic Four reboot, we've got Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Ebon Moss-Bachrach. The Thunderbolts are also jumping in, with Sebastian Stan, Florence Pugh, and David Harbour returning. And yes, a bunch of X-Men legends, like Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, are expected to pop up too. While plot details are still under wraps, the film is rumored to be inspired by Ultimate Comics' Doomsday, where a multiverse-level threat turns out to be a familiar face gone rogue. The movie will be directed by the Russo brothers and written by Stephen McFeely. Ice Age 6, December 18, 2026. Ice Age 6 is officially in development, marking a major return for the beloved franchise after a long hiatus caused by studio changes and Disney's acquisition of 20th Century Fox. Originally planned years ago, the film was delayed following Blue Sky Studio shutdown, but fan interest was tested with Disney Plus releases like the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild and Scrat Tales. Now greenlit for theaters in 2024, the core cast, including Ray Romano, John Leguizamo, Dennis Leary, Queen Latifah, and Simon Pegg, will return, while the production team features familiar names like producer Laurie Forte and directors Michael Thurmeyer and Galen T. Chu, though some details remain unconfirmed. A teaser hints at the humor and tone, with updated animation promising a polished yet faithful continuation aimed at both longtime fans and newcomers. Shrek V, December 23, 2026. Shrek V is officially underway. DreamWorks Animation confirmed the release date and the return of the original cast, with Mike Myers back as Shrek, Eddie Murphy reprising Donkey, and Cameron Diaz returning as Princess Fiona, which is exciting since she had stepped away from acting. There's also a Donkey spin-off in development, giving fans more of Murphy's character. The new Shrek film will introduce fresh characters and storylines, focusing on new adventures and exploring family dynamics as Shrek and Fiona's kids are now older teens. Dune Messiah, December 25, 2026. Denis Villeneuve plans to start shooting Dune 3 this summer, with pre-production already in progress and a summer start aimed for, depending on actor availability. Following the success of Dune Part 2, which grossed over $700 million worldwide and earned Best Picture Oscar nominations, the third film will adapt Frank Herbert's Dune Messiah, concluding Paul Atreides' story as Emperor. The plot explores Paul's 12-year reign, the religious jihad sparked by his rise, and his struggle to prevent a grim future. Zendaya's availability is crucial, given her busy schedule, and while filming locations are unconfirmed, previous shoots took place in Hungary, Jordan, and Abu Dhabi. That's a wrap on the best upcoming movies of 2026. Which one are you most excited to see on the big screen next year? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, because we'll be covering more updates on this soon and other exciting upcoming movies and series. We'll see you next time.